How's it going, everyone? I am Jinsula. I hope you're having a good day, and welcome to today's Pokemon Go video. Alright, so I'm back in Chicago from Vegas, and I spent some time collecting my thoughts on this weekend. I do think there are a couple of things that we need to address when it comes to the Hoenn Tour Event. That's what this video is going to be all about, so let's roll the intro and get right into it. Okay, let's start off by addressing the elephant in the room. The in-person Pokemon Go Tour event happened this past weekend in Las Vegas, Nevada. As I'm sure you've heard by now, it was quite a negative experience for most players who attended. The game was incredibly unstable, and the most broken feature of the event was actually what a lot of players were looking forward to most, specifically primal raids. I mentioned in a video prior to the event that one of the concerns that I had for the event was that it would be buggy and glitchy, very reminiscent of Pokemon Go Fest 2017. I also said in that video that I was confident that Niantic would ensure that the game would run smoothly, and that they've learned quite a lot of things over the years running various in-person events. Well, I couldn't have been more wrong. Pretty much from the onset, the game ran terribly at the venue, and much of my day was spent trying to log back into the game after it would crash or hang. Certain raids were impossible to join, there was an insane amount of overcrowding, and walking into certain areas of the massive Sunset Park would cause the game to lag out. Like I mentioned before, this reminded me a lot of what the experience was like at the very first Pokemon Go Fest in 2017. While I would say that nothing was as bad as that particular event, the sheer amount of bugs and lag did make the experience very similar. I will say, the event wasn't completely negative, however. If you watch my vlog of the event, you would see that there were certain moments of positive experiences. When the game was running properly, which happened in waves throughout the day, the event festivities were actually pretty great. I will say, Niantic did a phenomenal job creating an event with a ton of fun activities and new kinds of gameplay. If their aim was to create a sense of community through their game, then I would say they definitely achieved that with the way the event was formatted. I saw groups of players helping out others locate specific Spinda-stops, engage in primal raids, and decode those encoded field research tasks. Like, they did a great job, and I thought the content was really good. It's just a shame that a lot of that is going to get overlooked because of the technical issues. The other positive that I want to point out is just how polished the venue looked. Maybe it was just a byproduct of having the event in a phenomenal location like Sunset Park, but there were plenty of times where I felt like I was in a particular unique habitat. For example, the Ancient Shores and Blistering Sands habitats were at locations in the park that definitely matched those themes. They also had a cool tent setup that was very reminiscent of Professor Willow's tent, only it was decorated with Team Go Rocket logos and such. Speaking of which, I actually quite enjoyed the special research story. It was incredibly engaging, rather than grindy, and the story writing was actually very funny and entertaining. At no point during the event when the game was working did I ever feel bored. I think that is a huge plus that we need to give Niantic credit for. If there's any suggestion I would make to Niantic at this point, it would be to just take the hit and move on. Yes, I think they should accept responsibility for this event running poorly, but they should also recognize that they did actually create a great event from a content point of view. Their goal should be to deliver those experiences again, only this time with a lot less technical problems. I also think Niantic needs to overcompensate. Simply giving players extended bonuses and a few raid passes just won't feel sufficient. A lot of players traveled from around the world, spending exorbitant amounts on airfare and lodging. I'm not saying they should pay for everyone's plane tickets and hotel fares, but they should provide something in-game that would sufficiently make up for the negative experience. I would argue that they've successfully done this in the past. Back at Pokemon Go Fest 2019, one of the days of the event was heavily rained out. For the players who bought tickets for that particular day, they gave them a global Pokemon Go Fest experience a week after. People also forget that for the very first Go Fest, they gifted all attendees a free Lugia, a refund on the ticket, and $100 worth of Pokecoins. Even by today's standards, that would be incredibly sufficient. But yeah, what we got instead, and probably the most infuriating part of it all, was a handful of raid passes and a couple of tweets that seemed to put the blame on the players for all of the technical issues. I mean, this is not it at all. If Niantic wanted to repair any damage that they may have caused with player sentiments, then this is not the direction that they should have taken. The fortunate thing is that they have a chance to make up for it all almost immediately. In just a few days, we're going to have the global version of this event. If that event runs smoothly, then you can expect to see a lot of players who are feeling very negative from Las Vegas come around. Niantic should do everything in their manpower to ensure that the global event runs smoothly. Otherwise, this could be a major blow. But speaking on the Las Vegas event, I will say there was a lot of potential for this event to have been a great one. But whether it's because of poor planning, or it's because they were lax on the venue from a technical standpoint, it was riddled with issues. It's quite unfortunate, because I really think this could have been such a huge positive for the game. I will say, my personal experience was actually pretty positive. Gameplay issues aside, I had a lot of fun going out and being among a large community of players. I was fortunate to meet a lot of people, and Las Vegas is a great venue to host an event like this. Overall, I had plenty of fun, and I don't want any of my negative gameplay experiences to take away from that. Hopefully, Niantic will bounce back from this. I'm going to keep a close eye on how the global event turns out. If they get their act together and make sure that event goes smoothly, then I think we will be in a much better place. But we should also tread carefully, knowing that Niantic does have the capacity to screw things up royally. But we'll just have to wait and see how it all goes. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. If you attended the Pokémon Go Tour event in Las Vegas, definitely share how your overall experience was. Did you think there were positives among all of the negatives? Let me know about it in the comments, and let's have a great discussion. If you didn't attend the Las Vegas event, let me know what you think about all of this as well. And if you ended up enjoying this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if it's your first time here, and don't forget that little bell so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support my channel in any way, big or small, then be sure to check out the links in the description below. For all my patrons, they get a permanent spot on my in-game friends list, so if you want to interact with me in some way, like with remote raids, then do consider becoming a patron on my Patreon. But yeah, that's going to be it. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you all later.